All right, hi. Can you hear me now? I'm cranky. So let's hang out together and see if we can shake that shit off. Hi. How's it going? How you doing, stars? I will tell you the reason why I got really cranky really fast. I was going to show you guys the new watercolors I got, but I don't know where the fuck I put them. Because I was on call with Cap when I opened them up, and so I set them somewhere, and I don't fucking remember where. They're somewhere. They're in my room somewhere, so I think after stream I'm doing a rage clean of my room, whether I want to or not, because I'm losing my fucking mind right now. It's like, where did I put them? Like, the room is very small. There is not a lot of place to set them. Like, where did they go? I'm like, okay, did past Katie already put them in the watercolor bucket? No, they're not in there. So where did I put them? Yeah, and like I shoved them into one of the packaging boxes to put somewhere so that they wouldn't roll around and so that they'd all stay together. Now I don't know where that ended up. But I have not been able to find multiple things this past week, and I think it's just because my brain is a clusterfuck right now a bit. I am so frustrated this week. It's just a time. I've cried more this week than I think I have in like the past 4 months. I'm gonna start crying right now. That's how messed up I am right now. And like, I did trauma therapy yesterday, which wasn't that bad. Like, obviously, sometimes that drags other stuff up. But I was, like, a mess before that. So I don't know if it's PMDD week or what. But I'm having a time, man. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm fine. But I'm also pissed off. My pain levels have also been bad this week, so. That is also part of it. But, like, can we not? I have enough shit going on already. I really don't need this. Okay, anyway, I have started 2 paintings without you guys. This one is for our color in focus this month, which I did finally bring out the color card for. And I love that I wrote that on there, being so confident I was going to use that color on there, and I don't think I'm going to. I won't cross it out quite yet, but I will write on the thing that we're actually doing. That's the brush. I don't want that one. There we go. All right. So I decided to do like gumballs instead, because that color was very gum, or is very gum-like, gum-ish, gum-esque. And I did a painting a while back for my dream journal project, where I did a bunch of saltwater taffy falling on, kind of pastel, on a similar tone of color, but it was blue. And I thought it would be nice to do kind of like a little series, but I realized after I started this that the taffy is actually the one that I don't have a good scan of, because my scanner, when I first got it, didn't calibrate correctly, and I didn't notice right away. So that painting had already sold by the time that I realized that, so I don't actually have a good scan of it. I do know the person who owns it, but it's already framed and stuff. Like, it's in a mat and everything, so I don't think that's gonna actually be a thing. I might redo it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so the original plan for this is just not going to happen, but that's okay. We can still make it a painting. I don't think it's going to be super obvious that they're gumballs either, but that is, again, is fine. Han is being crazy on the cat tree right now. Bubba, are you being crazy, boy? Also, for some reason, so I was having trouble setting up a little bit too, which added to the frustration. But for some reason on Windows, like, it doesn't do this on Mac. But if I have the Logitech software open that lets me edit the camera settings, it won't show up in OBS. And if I have it in OBS, it won't let me edit it in the Logitech software. But I can have both of those open at the same time on Mac, and I don't know what the difference is. Like if there's a setting or something. Boy, you are making that thing rock like crazy. Hi, Graham. Sorry, I'm watching Con to make sure he doesn't tip this entire cat tree over.
Hold me your hands.
All right, stretchy.
Oh my god, why can't
You just take the freaking compliment! Oh, he did not like that sound I just made.
I also forgot to grab more treats. Hi, Jen! Hi, BP! Well, I should actually, It is the last week of the month, which means it's the last week to get 10% off to help me with medical bills. Oh, I'm sorry that you weren't feeling well again, BP, but I'm glad that you're getting some homework done. That's good, even if it's not super fun. Oh, nice, Jen. Were you able to sort out the palette all right? I'm sorry that they, like, even mine, the one that I have of that travel palette, the colors pop out on a regular basis. So I have a sticker on it to tell me which side to open it from so they don't all fall out. This hurts like a bitch. I did mention, maybe on stream at some point, I mentioned to somebody, I don't know, that Jen, Jumble Jen, had ordered something from me and I included a gift in it. So valid. I mean, you are working. You're doing stuff that is work. So you're working. It's not even a lie. You don't need to put quotations around that. I think that pop just showed up on the mic. I'm sorry. That was my wrist. I did hydrate, did stretchy, did ham and wrist. I need to say something nice about myself. Well, bosses are notoriously stupid, so I did very well yesterday at setting myself up for nice things after a difficult time. That will be my compliment for myself. So I saved, I said this already, but I had the first session of my trauma therapy yesterday. So in preparation for that, I was like, I'm probably going to feel kind of ick afterwards. So I saved my shower for after therapy so that I could, wash the trauma stank off. And then I made the Rice Krispie treats with the strawberries that I dreamed about. And they came out really good. So yeah, that was nice. I also got, God, this is also an annoying thing. This is separate. This is just me continuing on every single train of thought I've ever had in my life. I got another USB hub that had more slots for the laptop, and it doesn't work right. I'm sure it would work with other stuff, but it doesn't work with like the mic or the camera, which is annoying because I specifically bought one that has external power source. Like you have to plug power into it so that it theoretically transfers the data correctly, and it just doesn't do it. So I discovered that while I was setting up, which was really fun. Because the one that I have that Sleepy got me is great. It works great, but it only has two USB hubs, or two USB slots. And if I want to start using the Stream Deck and get a second camera so that you guys can see my face, I can't do that with only two USB slots. So I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed about a lot of stuff, but that's the current. It's that and me being so disorganized that I don't know where to fucking put anything. Yeah. How's everybody else doing? Now that you've listened to me bitch constantly for, 10 minutes? Okay, I told you about the gumballs. I will also tell you about this. So I've been trying to do the food painting challenge more. Like, I would like to do that more this year. That's one of my, like, not really New Year's resolutions, but that's something I would like to work on. So I got a couple new watercolor sketchbooks, and I made Kat pick a number to tell me which one I was going to use first, and it's this one. This paper is... This paper is a little less heavy weight than what I usually use. So this is a 98 pound. What I usually use is, so like this one is 140. Thanks for streaking, BP. Wow, that's so big. And this one is 300 pound. She chonky. But it seems to be holding up pretty well. It is warped a little bit, and I can tell. But it wasn't too bad while I was painting on it. And I definitely like it better than the other sketchbook that I have. Watercolor sketchbook that I have. But this is the food paint challenge, so I might work on that. They post new ones on Fridays, and the new one was just posted, and I did save the photo. Yeah. Did I say hi to you, Bwib, or did I just say thanks for streaking? Hi. I don't remember. My brain is like... I said this earlier, but I don't know who all was here other than Stars. My brain is kind of not on right this week, so apologies if I repeat myself a lot or whatever. I appreciate your patience, which I'm sure I have already, but... what else? Modeling starts. I do have a modeling session next Wednesday. So this coming Wednesday, the most recent Wednesday that is headed our direction. It is a late night one. Well, not super late, but it is like an evening one. So I probably will still stream, but I will probably do like a co-work stream like I did the other day with Spirit City. Because then it's not as taxing on me, and I can just do like a short stream and still feel like I have done the stream and stuff like that. So I will probably do a shorter, chiller stream for that instead of like actually sitting down and painting. Also, the Color and Focus poll is live for my patrons. So if you wanted to vote on what color I focus on next month, you could go do that. Tier started at $1. Yeah. Okay, anything else? I think that's mostly it. I'll come up with something else to let you know. But one of the reasons that I'm so annoyed about not being able to find the watercolors is because I need to refill this color in my palette, and I got a different thing to replace this color with versus the one that I have been using. And I don't know where it is, but I need to refill it for this painting. So we're just gonna refill it. And then I'll pry out the extra with a palette knife, I guess. If I can find someone. There it is. Which I needed to get a new one of these anyway, but it's a different brand. So this is like a student grade paint, and it's been sitting around for, oh Lord, how long? Like 18 years. This paint could vote. That's how old it is, which is ridiculous. Like, watercolor paint doesn't go bad. Like, the components might split a little depending on the, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I can't find it. Depending on the, like, base they use to mix the pigment into, there's a specific word that starts with the A that I'm trying to think of, but I can't find it. But it still works just fine. Like, pigments don't really go bad. There are some pigments that aren't, like, light fast, but that's mostly once they get on the page, really. There's cat hair on this. So I would like to get this done because this is a color in focus and the month is almost ending. And I've only done one project with the color of the month, so I'm like behind. Sorry, I was just checking something else. Also, next week's streams are going to be the last ones because I'm not streaming in February. I'm taking February off from that to try and make myself chill the fuck out a little bit because I'm running at like a 13 at any given moment right now, and it is not sustainable. So yeah, those are the things that I had to say. If I come up with something else, I will let you know. We can get started on some gumballs. What I did for this is some of this. Problem with starting this and then not finishing it is that I don't necessarily remember how I was doing it before. But we'll figure it out. Hi, Amma. How's it going? I have also been talking to Tens about doing the Hollis stream. So hopefully we'll be doing that in March. Those will be different stream times than I normally do to work with Tens' schedule. So you might get a weekend stream, you might get a weeknight stream. We're still talking about it. So I will let y'all know when we get there, and I will make a little graphic to post on socials and stuff. I would like to do some more collabs now that I have something that won't implode if I have somebody else on the stream. I did tell Cap that I would like to redo our collab because that's when my other laptop kind of imploded and it didn't, in my mind, I did not deliver on that stream. Because that was a reward that you guys got from the tip-a-thon. And I don't think... Hi, Herpel! Happy birthday! Everybody say happy birthday to Herpel. It's Herpel's birthday. But in my mind, I didn't really deliver on that reward for you guys, so... And I want everybody to know that Herpel told us what his birthday was in the brattish way possible. Just so you guys know. Because Herpel announced in Rainbow's stream that Friday was his birthday. But not to tell anyone. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody else announce their birthday in a more brat way. I did. I said that I did very well about setting myself up to have nice stuff after my therapy yesterday.
Great Father would have you made.
Thank you. Well, yeah, Herpel, believe it or not, if you tell people something and then immediately go, hee hee, don't tell, It doesn't come across as a serious request. And if you really wanted nobody to know, you would just not say it. So what you're doing is being a brat. Which you're very good at. You're very talented at bratting. Yeah. And you do a great job, Purple. Like, I legitimately think that you are a stronger brat than Sleepy is. I'm sure somebody, probably Sleepy, would argue about that, but I know what I'm about. I think what I want to do to make this highlight look a little less. I want like a more gradual color and then having like the high white highlight. But I do want to make sure that there's some shading on this. I think I need to adjust my procedure here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, exactly. And hi, Rainbow. How's your day going? Did you fix your sad emo boy? Rainbow and I had a chat last night while she was working on something. Yeah, I think that's better. Look, Purple, you're known for like, I'm gonna say 3 things. You're known for showing streamers that they need to have cooldowns on commands. You're good at being an incredible brat, like, and that's what you're known for. And then also pooping your pants. Like, that's just it. Good, I'm glad. Now I have a thing in my pocket too. Get that. I'm saying those are the 3 things that you are most known for. Obviously, everybody has multitudes and has layers. But those are the things you're most known for. I do have a reference photo that I should probably pull up, actually. Yeah, isn't it a nice one? It's so good. And if you mix it with yellow, it makes a really nice orange too. So let's do this. It's also gonna pull up the reference image, which I don't think I really need, honestly, because I'm just like, I'm shading spheres. Spheres are easy. And that's not off topic. We're painting. Because, yeah, this is the opera pink, and I shaded it with a little bit of the magenta that I gave you. Thanks for streaking in my chat, Rainbow. Hi, Tens! How's it going? I'm guessing you only have a little bit until you are free from work. Next question is, where did I put the reference page? Here it is. Yeah, I don't know. On this laptop, Twitch has decided that I have an unstable bitrate, even though the line is like flat. I don't know what they're on. Oh, just changed. Okay. Just double check it. Oh gosh. I'm sorry that you've had the kind of week where you have that much overtime. But I'm glad you're making bank. Deciding what I'm doing. The answer is nobody knows. I would really like to just like get this done so I stop stressing about it. There's so much cat hair on everything. Oh my god. Get out of here, man. You're not invited. I did not hear that. Did you guys hear that? Twitch alerts break. Yeah. I did have some go off earlier. But other stuff was actually probably won't really do anything. See if sometimes broken. Which, like with Twitch alerts, there's only so much you can really do, but let me just re-put in the browser source and see if it works. Well, that one worked. Let me check the con again. And I know that Purple redeemed a floppin'. Saw that one. That one. Yep, there's that. Check con. Well, I will send you a con because you redeemed it. There we go. All right. Twitch just had a little bit of a hissy fit. Hi, Jess. Good to see you. Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been? Oh, I just said that you used the flopping in when you came in, and I wasn't sure that it actually went off. Because sometimes I do miss it just because I'm focused on what I'm doing, but usually I at least hear it. So I sent another one for you, but you didn't get cheated out of your points. All right, I think I fixed it. We'll see, because we all know how much Twitch likes to work. Oh, I did see that you, I think it was you. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure you, absolutely smashed your reading goal on Goodreads, Jess, for last year. Which, congrats. Good work. Yeah, one of my friends put the crows. Hello, crows. One of my friends, who nobody else here knows, put 150 books as their reading goal for this year, for 2026. And honestly, with anybody else, I'd be like, what are you even thinking? Like, I don't think that's even possible. But for her, yeah, I think she'll probably actually read more than that. I did make kind of a harsh line here, so I'm kind of smoothing that out a little bit. Oh, cool. Yeah, I should move over. Honestly, I keep forgetting to do it. But I also, like, as I am streaming on an Amazon platform, there's only so much I can do there. There's so much hair in this color. I wonder if Con sat on this while I wasn't looking. Also, my nails are short. So I can't pluck it the same way that I would. There we go. Oh, cool. I'm gonna... This is why I have a post-it note here. I will write down to go transfer over there. And then we should also be friends, Jen. I'll start using that because both of the books that I'm reading right now are ones that aren't automatically tracked by Goodreads. It's because I'm not reading the file through Kindle. Unfortunately, I do really like Kindle's highlighting and note-taking a lot better than any of the other readers that I've used. We're definitely already friends, just not on a place where I don't have an account yet. Ooh, good. Good to know. I think this one needs some more work. Better. All right. I love that so much technology stuff now is like an import versus like you having to re-put everything in. It was like one of the reasons that I like held off from switching over to Firefox for so long was like, I don't want to have to like reset everything up, you know? But the import works just fine. I did tape the edge for this because I was working on it, like, not on this table. So I did tape it to one of my acrylic boards. And I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to work on this on stream, I can untape it. And I'm kind of wishing I had kept the tape. Because now I'm going to have to pay really close attention to these bits that are, like, at the edge. Like, it was the correct choice to, untape it, but because if I was trying to paint this on stream with the other board that I had it on, I would knock over every single thing on this table. And we've seen me do that before, actually. There you go. Oh, I did also last night put in like a giant sticker order to somebody. So whenever that arrives, you guys can see me open some stickers. Just don't ask me how much money I spent. That's illegal. That was another one of the things that I did for after therapy. So I saved my shower until after therapy, and then I had making my little Rice Krispies, little Rice Krispie treats, and then I also saved buying stuff from this artist until afterwards for the serotonin. Because like one of the things about like trauma therapy is you're warned to not make any big decisions for at least 3 days after you do a session. So no big relationship changes, no big money amounts spent. So I'm being cautious about that. So like I knew what I was going to get before I did therapy. I just saved the checkout for afterwards. Sometimes you just gotta game the system a bit, and sometimes the system is your brain, you know? I thought of something else to write on that post-it and I already forgot it. I did, oh my god. Well, I was looking for the paints that I still can't find that I got. I was digging around in my stuff and like a stack of stuff that I had while I was working. And I found one of my antidepressant pills. So I missed a dose somewhere. So I took it out of the container and set it down to grab my water or something, and then got distracted. Which, like, it's fine. I've missed a dose before. It isn't that big a deal. But finding it later and not knowing when I missed it, because usually I have a little, like, timer on top of the bottle so that I know if I missed a dose. That was a new one. Not a great sign. Like, sometimes your brain works and sometimes it really do not. He was running on that thing like crazy. I was worried that he was going to tip it over because he like ran in and hopped up to the top and it was wobbling real big. Yeah. If you see a small cardboard box about yay big somewhere that isn't actually all the way close and has watercolor paints in it, would you tell me? Because I don't know where I put it. Which, if you heard me cursing while I was getting ready to set up for stream, that's why. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in my room and I need to clean it. But like, I looked in the places where I would normally set it and it isn't there. So I don't know. Which means I might have started carrying it out here and got distracted or something. I don't know. All right, thank you. And good luck. Huh?
I did fine on mine.
Yeah, I figured you would. You're a good test taker. This is Brother Bean speaking, who you can kind of hear, just for the record. I mean, that's not a good score for you, but that is a good score. Yeah. Because if that's your score, then everybody else is going to do worse. I am planning to take it a little bit easier this weekend. I do have some work that I absolutely need to do. And some stuff that I could do. The reason I thought about that was because I was just thinking about the audio, and splitting the audio is one of the things on my get to eventually to-do list. But I think that's probably going to be a February thing for when I'm not streaming. Because like the audio stuff isn't like, if you're splitting it, it isn't too hard to see in the software if it's working or not, versus like sound levels where you have to really like record it and then go back, or have somebody in chat who's helping you with it. I'll probably do that, but I think I need to take it easier this weekend. I have a couple things I need to do to get set up for the beginning of February, and then other than that, just leave it. I'm tired. I mean, to be fair, I'm tired literally all the time, but there's levels, you know? I did start playing a game that I got a code for last night. That's really cute. I like it. I'll probably play more of that this weekend. Because I did get a new audiobook from my library to read. Listen to while I'm doing stuff this weekend.
PS here.
Oh, we can look at new stamps. I wonder if they'll make some international ones that actually suck at some point. Stamps. Muhammad Ali. All right. Oh, the sunflower's cute. I'm gonna be careful I'm not setting that in all that paint. Can you tell how easily distracted I am lately? Oh yeah, Lunar New Year. What was it called? It was the one with the little cafe that you run with all the little furry ones. I don't know if you're on the same list as I am. Tailside? Yeah, that one. I started it. It's really nice. It's a little bit difficult to do on Steam Deck just because it's not fully ported, but... Oh, that's cool. Phyllis Wheatley. Oh, Bruce Lee, too. Classic. Yeah, I downloaded it and then kind of forgot about it. And I was looking at stuff last night and I was like, oh, yeah, huh. Oh, I'm getting some of those. Those are quilt stamps. Hello? Love that. I love getting fun stamps and then using them for business purposes. Hello? Hi, Potato! What are these? I'm gonna put a little star in it. This is like the adult version of the Toys R Us winter Christmas catalog. Hi, Potato. Welcome in. Good to see you, and thank you for the raid. How are we doing? How is stream? Hi. Oh, there's also, that's good. You guys can't see those ones, but there's a Keith Haring one. I'll definitely get some of those. How was your stream, Potato? What were you doing today? Oh my god, there's SpongeBob. Oh, are those ones going on sale? Because those are last year's. Because there was the other... Forgive me, I've gotten distracted. No, those are the same price. Okay. Yeah, the snake does look cool. Limited amount of casualties is good. We love that. Yeah, so that's the Chinese zodiac for the Lunar New Year. Yeah, right. My brother went out to get the mail and was like, oh, you have a catalog from USPS because I buy a lot of stamps from them. And I was like, oh, we're looking at stamps right now. I'm also gonna sneeze. Nope. Thought about it too hard. Yeah, this one says baby wild animals, plural. So it says gentle deer fawn to a clever fox kit. So there's going to be other ones too. And there's also Goodnight Moon ones, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, the Betty White ones, which I knew had been around for a bit. And they've got collector's set ones. Oh, they make... I didn't even know this. They make books of all the stamps for each year. That's interesting. Huh. Raccoons, bunnies, squirrels. Nice. Quarter form. Oh, there's an Appalachian Trail vinyl stickers. That's neat. Oh my god. Hi, girl. I stinking love you. That's so funny. That's cool. Oh, yep. Hi. Cool. And then there's a bunch of prices for getting fancy ones for collecting. Sorry, I just noticed that they're trying to sell a Barbara Bush stamp. I will pass on that one, thank you. There's a Jimmy Carter one though. Yeah, potato rated in. Welcome. Marine Corps ones. Okay, I think that's all the interest. I do have the Winter Wonderland animal ones that I use sometimes. But I do like, and the whimsy ones, the Winter Whimsy, because they're all snowflakes. This is the catalog for USPS. So it's all the stamps. It just came in the mail. My brother went out to get it. I also have a Lego catalog sitting over here because I spent a lot of money on Lego. I say a lot. I bought Cap a set. And also bought a bunch of individual pieces because I customized the kit for him. But my brother brought that in and I was like, oh, let's get distracted. It's like, theoretically, this painting is quote-unquote easy, but my brain does not want to do anything, so... Oh, but yeah, I saw you say that you hadn't gone through it because of your internet stars, the tail sides. And I do think it's cute. I think you'll like it. It might even be good to, like, not play it on stream. They do have like a feedback form because it's early access, so they're looking for feedback. So even if you don't do it on stream and you just like take notes about what you think could be improved, it'll probably be helpful to them. That's what I'm doing anyway. Taking notes and I'll send it to them. How are you doing, Kuro? I feel like I haven't like actually talked to you in a bit. All those things were like we're in the same spot a lot, but that doesn't mean we have a real conversation. Yeah, you did say that, Stars. I'm glad that you did. It seems like a good, like, in-between for when you can't stream, you know? Because I know that that's, like, frustrating. Yeah, yeah.
Kiss me on the eye.
I'm trying to say what color to do next. Probably the lighter blue. I technically added an extra color to these gumballs. Did 2 blues instead of 1 blue. But it's my art. I get to make the rules.
Electric sigh, wanna thrill ya and make you cry, wanna be sweet about it.
Because I did base these specifically off of what's the brand name for that? I always want to say Hubba Bubba, but that's not right. It's like Hubble Bubble. Those gumballs.
Huh?
Ah. Because like those are the ones that you always see in like the quarter machines or whatever.
Whisper, oh dream.
I don't think it is Hubba Bubba. Because I think Hubba Bubba is a different brand. Because there's 2 that like look similar, but they're still different. I might be misremembering because I did look at like 35 different bubblegum brands while I was thinking about this. So, but I think the ones who do the gumballs are different because their little logo is like a crown instead of the weird punk duck blowing bubblegum. It probably says in my reference image. Ooh, that's cool. Hope it is. That'll be neat. It's Double Bubble, not Hubba Bubba. And they have like a little crown as their logo instead of the duck. Too many bubblegum brands have very similar names, is what I discovered while I was looking into this. Because I was thinking of a very specific kind of bubblegum. And I was like, what brand is that? Hubba Bubba? No. Yeah, so many B's. And like, they're all fun to say, but... Because the other one, what's the gum with the Bazooka Joe cartoons that used to be in them? That's really revealing my age because I don't think they do that anymore. Bazooka. Yep, thank you. Because I was thinking of that because it's like a very specific pink color that's very similar to this. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll do something like that. And then I was like, actually, gumballs would look really cool. And have more colors, so. There's also like the Big League Chew, which is disgusting. Ooh, yeah, I remember Fruit Stripes Chew. Hi, Toast. Hi, Oren. How's it going? Yes, so real. Also, Chiclets, very original gum because it has like the candy coating on it. I think part of the reason why I haven't been liking the highlights I've been doing is I've been making them too round. I need to do like a oval instead. Because that's better. Because I am going to use white ink on this at the end. I already decided on that because I didn't want to worry about preserving the white of the page because it's like, it's work. You know what? I don't have to. That's why white ink exists. It also gives just like a higher highlight, I feel like, which works better for things with like the candy coating like this. I had gum like 2 weeks ago. I have some gum in my purse that I chew, and I do that when like I need to focus on something because it's like a relatively easy stim, you know? It's also good for your gums in general, as long as you aren't like chewing a bunch of very sugary gum and then not brushing your teeth after. But yeah, I also like, again, this is one of those things where it's like, why did nobody diagnose me earlier? I made up like a routine for test taking to try to make me be better at tests, which only kind of worked. So whenever I was studying for a test or writing my notes, I would chew a specific kind of mint gum. And then whenever I went into a test, I would chew the same gum as like a memory trick kind of a thing. Peppermint is also supposed to boost your memory a little bit, but really I think that it's any scent that you connect it to because brains connect scent so hard. So that was also a thing. So it kind of like is in my brain as a focus now kind of loophole. Which, you know, sometimes works. Not always, because I do still have a brain that doesn't really work great. But. My leg is asleep. Okay. Well, let's just knock that off the table. I should actually check and see. I have some packages being delivered today, and I should see if they have an estimate. Oh, there was a specific kind of gum that I used to get that did like a clove gum too, and also like a tea tree gum. It was like a vintage style kind of thing. But I only knew of one, like it was like a bigger brand, but I only knew of one shop where I grew up that sold it. Because they had like a black licorice one called Blackjack, and then a clove gum, and then a tea berry gum. They were all really good. They did only come in like 10 packs. Let me see if I can find it. I will recognize the packaging if I see it again. Yeah, that's it. There's the black licorice one. Let me see if I can find the tea tree one. I'll show you an image in just a second. It just needs to load first. So like this is the black licorice one. Hi Max, no worries. You don't need to apologize at all. I'm happy to see you whenever you show up, but you are never required to be. Blop. Hi, Crow. It's going. I'm like, I warned everybody at the beginning of stream today, but I'm kind of cranky. But other than that, it's fine. How about you? Yeah, here it is. Okay, Garrett's is the brand name. And it looks like they're still in business. I haven't seen them around in a long time. But yeah, here we go. I will send you this link, Warren. But this is their website. They've changed the packaging a little bit, but not a huge amount. But I will send it to you. Oh yeah, are you in the big cold snap? Congratulations, Max. Good work on graduating. Yeah, no problem. I love when some random ass thing I remember helps somebody. It's like, I need to find this thing. Wait, I have a weird memory. Yeah. Because there are 2 huge cold snaps. Yeah, I feel like we're on the same page with that, Oren, and the gifting. We just kind of are like that. Oh, nice. That's good, Jen. I'm glad it wasn't too bad. And have a good day. Good luck with your other work, the not fun work. Yeah. You, me, and Doodle are all in the, like, you will accept our kindness camp. Which is so funny. Oh, I was also going to check and see if my packages were going to get delivered. I had my phone open, and then I got distracted by gum. The same brand also does a clove chewing gum that I really like. Because for anybody who doesn't know, clove is a topical analgesic, which means that if it get on you, it make you numb. Which is why clove oil is recommended if you have like a toothache and you can't get to the dentist right away. That and black licorice actually is too. Which is why it's in throat coat tea. So if your mouth hurts, chewing clove gum might help. Checking packages because there is a business thing in there. So that I can start organizing my stuff for this year. Not delivered yet. Doesn't have a time estimate. Right. Yeah, I know all sorts of random shit like that. But yeah, so one of the like old school ways to deal with toothache pain was to just chew on cloves, which cloves are hard, so like that probably didn't fully help the situation, but it does help numb the pain a little bit. And that's why licorice tea, if you can stand the taste, is really good for a sore throat and is cheaper than throat coat. Although you can get like off-brand throat coat now, but isn't quite as expensive as like the name brand stuff. It doesn't taste exactly the same. I don't know about anybody else. Like, I do hate the concept of brand names and how like you have to copyright your specific recipe or whatever. But there are things where I will 100% only buy one brand because the other ones taste wrong. Like ketchup. Some ketchups just don't taste right. Yeah, you can add other stuff into it too. Although, like, licorice is a pretty strong taste. So, like, even if you were to put, like, mint or something in there, it's still noticeable. I do like black licorice, so it's not a problem for me. But that's why I always say, like, if you can stand the taste, that'll help. Okay, I think that highlight shape is working a lot better. So I will go back over these other ones and do that. A little treat. I didn't refill the treat drawer like I meant to. Yay! Freedom for tens! So I may actually drag the bag of candy over here and pick through it to put the ones that I like in the drawer. Because that was on my to-do list and I just didn't do it. Because it involved me sitting out here and I didn't want to. Alright, I'm gonna grab the bag. So you guys might hear me stand up and wander around the house right now. Because the mic is directly on the table, so let's grab some sounds. I think I ate all of the fruity ones out of here and I just have some. Oh, I do have some gummy ones in here still. My favorite ones in here are, because this is just like a big Costco mix that they have around Halloween usually. I'm actually gonna cut the top of this open. And there's Twizzlers in it, and I really like Twizzlers, so I tend to pick through to find the Twizzlers. There's also Airheads, but they have a not very good flavor mix, so I think we mostly got orange ones this time. I'll go through and pull a variety of things to show you. And pick one. Oh, the Sour Patch Kids. I have a white mystery. Just have some Sour Patch Kids. Did I eat all the Twizzlers out of you already? There were only like 4. If that is the case, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. Ooh, cherry Airhead score. One of the things about being mildly picky is that I have to dig through all the candy containers to find it. Twizzlers. There, that will be the treat for now. Because I do like those little containers of them. Good size. Are you guys enjoying the raccoon rustling through candy bar that I made? I guess technically it's possum rustling through, but you know. Same difference. I have actually never liked Red. I like Twizzlers, but I don't like Red Vines. They are a different flavor. But I do know that Sleepy, speaking of raccoons, likes Red Vines and doesn't like them. So they're a little controversial. There's more Twizzlers. Yes. But I like black licorice and not most red licorice. That's so fair. And we have to have both types in the world, otherwise who would we trade with? I'm literally pulling all of the candy out of this bag and making a pigment because I want that might be it though. Which means there were like 6 things of Twizzlers in here. Comparison to the candy. Oh shit. I appreciate a candy mix, but like it's gotta actually be a mix, you know? Excellent. What kind of chocolate treats did you have? Another cherry airhead. Cherry is my favorite. Perfect. It's kind of like one of the few good things that How I Met Your Mother gave us, the olive theory. Thank you, Oren, for gifting us up to potato. Interesting. So maybe this is a combination. So people who like Twizzlers also like licorice. Oh, yeah. I remember Sleepy talking about those. Bootleg Toblerone. That's pretty good. Oren is super nice. We are all blessed to have Oren in our lives. Okay, I've dug through all of this. That is the amount of Twizzlers that are in it. I'm honestly surprised that Con didn't come out here to inspect what I'm doing. Okay, I couldn't remember if you did or not. Because I know we've talked about it, but I often have the thing where, like, I remember that we talked about it, I do not remember which direction it went. It may be that there's some kind of, like, flavor combo that you get in genetics or something. Because, like, that is the thing with a lot of other stuff, where it tastes certain things. So, like, I was actually talking to my dad's partner about, we both don't like cabbage, because it tastes really bitter to us. And there's a specific, like, genetic link to being able to taste more bitterness in things like that. Okay, I am actually having my little treat now that we dug through all the candy. There is also a chocolate mix over there, but the fruit stuff lasts better, I feel like, in the drawer than... I do not. I like cilantro. Okay. Not as much as I like other flavors, though, but I do still like it. Maybe I need to get a huge bag of Twizzlers. It's been a while since I got like an actual big bag and just ate all of them. Oh, do you, Rainbow? Interesting. I'm sure if you have enough other stuff going on, it isn't quite as bad. But yeah. It is, I would assume it's pretty common in a lot of the stuff that's around you in general where you are now. Yep. I know how that goes. Need to roll my sleeves back up so my buttons stop hitting the side of the table. I have a flannel on today, but I have the sleeves unbuttoned. Because if I don't wear flannel, how will anybody know that I'm gay? It gets really not obvious otherwise. It's not like I talk about it all the time or anything. Honestly, I should just buy more of these flannel shirts. Because they're nice, like, in between warm wear. So, like, if it's too warm for a hoodie, but it's too cold to just be wearing a t-shirt, that is when the flannel shines. This family is a bit too... It needs to be more like that. Well, I even remembered, so I did laundry yesterday also after therapy, so I would have clean stuff today. And I did actually remember to wash the robe that I use for when I model. For anybody who doesn't know, I do nude modeling for the art college here. For their art classes, which is starting up again because the semester is just getting rolling. But I actually remembered to wash it before I needed it this time. Instead of like panic washing it the day of. It's like, it wasn't dirty. I did wash it after the end of last semester. But once, like, after a while of clothes just like sitting around, they smell wrong. And I don't know how to describe it other than that. Get like a weird smell that nobody else notices as far as I can tell. I am the only one. Which I'm guessing has to do with the neurodivergency. Just a guess. I do think I also have just like a more sensitive nose than some people do. I heard a car door. Is it a delivery? Can I get my stuff now? I ordered some new binders for organizing my 2026 stuff because I have 2 different binders for each year. So I have like my tax information, which is in a bigger binder, and then I have a smaller binder that I do order information in, so I keep tracking orders and the equivalent of a packing slip for each order, where I also write the notes about what like extras I put into packages now, because I'm not going to remember that the next time somebody orders. But I ran out of room in my other order notebook because it technically has 2 years in it. I would like it to arrive so that I can start organizing things. Because I have that, and then I got some new dividers that are just like cardboard that I can write on instead of using like sticky tabs, because it will be easier to flip through that way. I do have all the paperwork I need to do my taxes now, so we'll probably be doing that soon. My brother, who is about to graduate accounting school, said he'll double check my taxes for me. This is the first year that I'm doing, what's the word that I'm looking for? Business deductions on my own, because I had somebody else help me with it last year. And by that I mean I paid somebody to help me, just so that I could see how they did it. So that I like knew what information I needed to have, which I do have. But I do like setting everything up at the beginning of the year so it's not as stressful through the year. Yeah, same, Rainbow. Although now for this year, like starting next month, my plan is to do specific bonus stickers for each month. So this is going to be the one for February. And I want to make them look like stamps like this, because my thank you notes are basically a postcard, so it looks like a postcard. So I can put this in like the stamp area as the little extra. So that will help keep track of that. But it is still not just that. I usually add something else to it because I'm like that as a person. Ooh, yeah. Definitely realizing you need to track something at the beginning of the year is the correct way to go. If you realize that like halfway through the year, it's like, shit. What color do I want to do next? Maybe I'll do the dark blue so that those look a little bit more separate. Hi, Doodle! I was talking about you earlier. Were your ears burning? What did you do? You were a delightful human being. That's what. I was talking with Oren about how me and Oren are all like the gifters. Because like earlier, because I was hanging out in Sleepy's stream before I started up, Sleepy was like, okay, I did put a printer on my throne. You guys don't need to do anything with it. I just know that you guys asked me to put it up. Oren and I funded that immediately to like 62%. And you are very much the same energy, Doodle. That's all I was saying. Which actually the last piece of the things that I ordered for you and Amma came in. So I don't have the stuff I was planning to hand make for you guys because I haven't had time, but I will send out those like other people made gifts hopefully next week. Hi, Shani. Thank you. You cannot escape. That's too far down. That's better. Oh, God. Yeah, good luck. Okay, perfect, Doodle. We match then. Because I have a plan for stuff to make you both. And I was just like, I've just straight up not had the time. I'm so busy all the time, man. And I also live in a body that refuses to function properly. So, like, I'm doing my best. Yeah, for sure. I hope everybody is taking care of themselves with all of these crazy weather patterns going on. Because they're like 3 separate ones attempting to freeze everybody to death this week. Yeah, exactly, Doodle. It's like, not only is there a lot going on all the time, we also both have ADHD, so, like, you know, it is what it is. It is nice to have friends who, like, straight up understand that, though, because I've definitely had friends who, like, if I didn't finish something immediately that I, like, was hypothesizing I was gonna do, they, like, threw a hissy fit about it. It's like, okay, well, you have just ensured that I'm not going to finish this for you. Like, sorry. I literally have a, like, quarter finished crocheted blanket somewhere in this house because the person I was going to make it for, who no longer speaks to me, kept bugging me about when it was going to be done, when it was something that I was working on in between my 19 college credits while working part-time. And so every time she asked me if it was done yet, I set it aside because it set off my contrariness. It's like, it ended up being the sweater curse, but for a friend instead of a man. Which, like, it really isn't a curse of the sweater. It's a litmus test to see if your relationship will last. Because when you're putting that much work into somebody and they don't appreciate it, you notice it way faster in a bunch of other areas. So, yeah, exactly, Doodle. It's like, all right. And I don't think they even make the colorways of that yarn anymore. So I don't think I can even, like, truly finish it, but, like, I'll need to. So, I don't know where I put it, though. But I could probably reclaim that yarn and do something else with it. Yeah, it isn't the sweater curse, like, it isn't like if you make a sweater for someone, something will happen and your relationship will end. It's more like if you're putting that much work into somebody and they don't appreciate it, you notice and you don't want to give them the thing. True, I could make a tiny blanket for him. He does like his cozies. Does have, like, his own 2 blankets on my bed now. He has one to lay on and then one that's, like, bunched up so that he can make biscuits on it because he likes making biscuits on those kind of blankets. This cat is so spoiled here, you guys. His laid out blanket for him to lay on also has a heating pad on it. All right, I only finished my morning caffeine 7 minutes past my deadline. That's not so bad. I've been really bad about that lately. Yes, absolutely, Doodle. Yep. And it's one of the things that makes me really sad is to see, like, handmade items, especially like crochet or knit stuff, end up in thrift stores. Because it's like somebody worked really hard at that, and when they passed away, their family was just like, whatever, and got rid of it. So sad. It's like, that's a common thing with estate sales, too. It's like, you did not appreciate this person correctly, actually. This one's looking a little bit streaky, so I'm trying to even it out a bit. And we'll see if I fix it or make it worse. It's a little bit better. Yeah, and you should be my cat in the next life, Shawnee. I will take such good care of you. Oh, that's awesome, Doodle. That's so nice. It's nice to have somebody like who appreciated it, you know? Let's do green. Oh, yeah. I know how that goes for sure. You guys want to know like a super specific thing that I actually haven't told anybody yet? When I went to visit Cap, he has like an older house. He and his parents have an older house. And the bathroom smelled exactly like my grandma's bathroom. The one that we used as kids when we were staying over. And like I didn't realize it as fully until he like opened the window before I went in to take a shower. And I just like I walked into there and I was just like, oh my god, this is Grandma's house. And it was like right after she had been put in a long-term care facility where she is now. She was lucid enough for a hot second to choose to be put in the facility. And so it was like, it got me real good. Yeah. Her dementia is bad enough now that she doesn't really remember most of us. But we visited her over Christmas. Not this past Christmas, but the one before. And she remembered us sometimes. But she... As you get dementia, the chances of you getting a really bad UTI go up because people forget to drink water and they aren't always capable of expressing the discomfort they're in, which all of that increases the likelihood of UTI developing to a really bad one. And so she ended up with a really, really bad UTI to the point that she couldn't recognize her son, who was her primary caretaker, my uncle. And so once they got her in the hospital on antibiotics, she came to enough for my uncle to talk to her and be like, I think it's time. I think we can't keep you at home anymore. So she at least got to decide that was the correct call, which is good. That's hard. Yeah, I know you do, Shawnee. I'm sorry if I probably should have given you a warning before I went into that. But yeah, so like it was wild though to just like, oh, this is home actually. Just like in the bathroom, like, oh, okay, this is home. Got it. Yeah, I know, Shawnee. But that doesn't mean you always have to deal with it in all of your other places too, you know. Like, yeah, I said this at the beginning of the stream because I was talking about how I've been having a rough time with my brain this week. But, like, my cry trigger has been wildly softer this past week and a half. Because, like, normally I could have talked about that without tearing up. That did not happen this time. I don't know what's going on with me, man. Yeah, for sure. I actually have some gifts to send to that part of my family, too, so I'll include something for her. I'll probably print out one of my art pieces so that they can hang it in her room. Because I haven't talked to any of them lately. Because they're all busy. There's some other health stuff going on that's making all of that more difficult. So I understand that they're busy and we haven't really talked about it. Yeah, Well, that's actually part of the other issues that side of the family is dealing with right now, actually. So, although in that case, I think not hearing anything is probably good news. Okay. Yeah, it sucks. And I don't think it's as hard for me as it is for them, for sure, because I'm removed from it. So they're all in California. Which I don't, this is older, so a lot of Sleepy's folks don't remember this. But if you guys remember me doing the American Truck Simulator stream with Sleepy, that was the route that we took, was me going from where we lived when I was in Oregon, going down to my grandma's house. That grandma that we went to at least twice a year, and way more often than that, honestly. There's freaking cat hair on here again. How? But yeah, so if you remember, you can put some dots together here. But that was a significant amount of time ago, it feels like. Yeah. I'm an intensely sentimental person, in case anybody couldn't tell. I'm trying to think about what print I would want to do for her, because it should be something that, like, even if she doesn't know that I painted it, she'll like looking at. Maybe one of the flower ones. Actually, maybe the globe flowers. Or I could do the forget-me-nots. I haven't decided yet. But I should think about it, because I want to get those packed up tomorrow. Because there's other things here. Like, yes, they're really late Christmas presents. But also, I would like to test out my new label printer that I got set up this week. And that is a good opportunity to do it. Yeah, well, I had time to mentally prepare for it too, because I was the one who suggested that. I was like, oh, if they have like the landmarks and stuff along the routes, which they do for a lot of them, I could actually just like take you guys on the trip with me, and that would be kind of fun. Because that was like the road trip when I was a kid, because we'd go there, like I said, at least twice a year. And we drove down all the time. And honestly, still, when we went to visit, we would fly into Portland, which is near where I grew up, and then drive down in a rental car. Which is so fair. Like, even if you do have a good, like, amount of support, and even if the person isn't, like, 100% your support person, you know? It's still hard. Like, grief fucks up your brain really bad. That is a big glob of pigment. I don't need that. Thank you, though. I don't need quite that much, but thank you for your service. Yeah, I feel that, honestly. Because, like, even though, like, the person who has seen me go through the most shit 100% is Grim. And we were actually dating when I went through most of the amount of shit that I went through. And even though, like, we aren't made to be a romantic couple, Grim is definitely one of my best friends. Like, if there is something going on, I know that I can go to Grim, and I have space there to do whatever I need to do. Because, like, I've told you guys about this before. I will actually give you a trigger warning for this one. We're going to talk about alcoholism. We're going to talk about death here. But my best friend and my mom both passed away within a few months of each other. Like not quite in the same year because she waited until January 1st, but like right next to each other. So my best friend passed away in April, and then my mom passed away in January. And that was directly after, like, my best friend passing was, how many months was that? 2 months into me after I decided to stop drinking, so I was sober after being an alcoholic for a couple years. So that was not a fun time to be me, and it was also not a fun time to be around me, honestly. And Grim put up with that like a champ. Like, I was not a kind person around all of that, honestly. But when you're going through it, you're going through it, you know? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's nice to, I don't know, have a friendship that's that intense and stable that you can do something like that. Because we dated twice. On my insistence, honestly. So like we tried it 2 times, and it's like, okay, we are friends, but our friendship is stable enough that we could test those waters again, and it was okay. Which a lot of people could not do. I need my chapstick, which is in here, I think. Yes. Lips is dry. Yeah, honestly. I also broke my ankle in between my best friend dying and my mom dying. So when we had to fly down to go visit because my mom got put in ICU after another binge, because she was also an alcoholic and that's what killed her. So I had to fly down to Pennsylvania with a boot on, one of those big walking boots. And my foot size was in between the 2 cast sizes they had. So the one that I was in was like bigger than my foot by a considerable margin. Because that one was more comfortable than the one that was smaller. So yeah, I had a time there, man. 2022 was not a fun year. Yeah. So my best friend died suddenly. He was younger than me, actually, and he passed away without any warning. We didn't know that was going to happen. It surprised all of us. In April. And then my mom passed away January 1st, technically the next year. And in between all of that, because my best friend had not been out to his family, his family went off the shits and basically cut off his partner who he had been living with for 5 years. So we set up our own memorial service because they weren't going to invite his partner. And his family kind of threatened us a lot in between that. It was a lot. 2022 was if I can, honestly, still to this day, whenever I'm going through something, if I can go through 2022 and be okay, I can manage whatever. I'm fine. Because if I can do all of that sober, I'm fine. It's not a problem. Yeah, honestly, I feel like everybody has one of those years where it's that was the worst year of my fucking life. And there is no escaping that, but it does mean that you know that you can handle that amount of shit and be okay. Oh God, yeah, Oren. Wow, that's yeah, we really do match up there, huh? That sucks. I'm sorry you had to go through that too. Yeah, big hugs to you too. Man, life sucks sometimes, like really hard. It's absolutely wild the kind of stuff we put up with and keep going, man. Yep, exactly. Thank you, Doodle. Yep, I'm working on it hard. Because there really isn't anything like realizing you're turning into both of your parents' worst qualities at the same time to get you on the straight and narrow. Which is actually part of why I stopped drinking, was because I saw how my mom was treating everybody around her. And the specific moment that I knew that I needed to like switch around was because I was way drunker than I should have been, and I got mad at Grim for something and started going off on her for something that I didn't need to. Like, it was stupid. It was inappropriate of me to do. I don't even remember what I was mad about. But I was like, oh my God. Like, I woke up the next morning and I was like, I was treating Grim like how my mom treats the rest of us. I can't do that anymore. And I stopped drinking. So, you know. Definitely one of those things where it's like, oh. Yeah, for sure. Same, Oren. Like, we're around if you need us. Do I want to use warm gray or cool gray is the next question to shade these white gumballs. I think warm gray. I need to clean some of this up a little bit first. Yep. Yeah, I do look a lot like my mom, which was part of that. Which, like, I don't know. Sometimes that really annoyed me, and sometimes it's like, eh. I do love my mom, but I don't love who she became, you know? So there's like a level of separation mentally there. Yeah, for sure, Oren. All my little friends in my phone help so much. But that was kind of one of those things where I'm like my mom, whether I want to be or not in some ways. So I gotta pick the good bits, you know? Because my mom had plenty of good qualities. She just lost a lot of them while she was drinking. Yeah, for sure. It does take some effort to be able to see those good parts sometimes, but there are still some. Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, sometimes people just aren't good and you have to throw the whole person away. That's just how it is. Like you can try to pick up some good things to remember about them if you want to, but that is not an obligation, especially if they have repeatedly hurt you. Like, I'm aware that that situation specifically is different for me than for many people. Oof. Yeah, Doodle. Yeah. Yeah. We've all gone through it, man. For real. Yeah. But here we all are together, you know? And I'm glad we're all here.
Your beauty
Yeah, that's fair, Shawnee, and I'm around if you want to do that. I actually, for therapy, I had to... Actually, I talked to you guys about it a little bit because I did it, like, during the co-work session last stream. Or, not last stream, last week is the words that I mean. But I had to do, like, a brain trauma map. I did find that kind of helpful because, like, it is what I'm working through is something that I've gone over a lot in my head. Because it happened when I was really young, so I've had a lot of time to overthink it, which I'm really talented at overthinking things. But I do think that that's maybe helpful if you wanted to try to do that, Shawnee, and I would sit with you if you wanted to have company. And I can show you mine. That's part of the reason I was bringing it up. I don't mind sharing that with some friends. Won't make that like public knowledge, but sharing with friends is different. It definitely helped me sort through some stuff and see connections in a couple places. Although I did during therapy yesterday realize another connection in like spatially, which was interesting. Oh, I'm glad, Doodle. And yeah, stress gets not easier to handle, but having that backup definitely means that it doesn't become your whole self whenever it's happening, you know? Yeah, same, Doodle. Same hat, friend. Which, like, I'm sad that so many of us have that experience, but I am glad that we can all find comfort in each other, you know? Yeah, absolutely, Shawnee. What are you making? Ah, is that what's for dinner? Ah, yeah, the good salmon. One of the people at Greg's church gave him some of the salmon that he caught this summer. I get to eat it, and I'm excited about it. Yes, sorry, but I do also want to know what you're making for dinner, Shawnee. I always want to know what you're making for dinner. But Greg was making noise in the kitchen, so I'm just asking what he was up to. I think this one is a little bit too dark. Yeah. So we're going to talk about suicide now. If anybody needs to leave for their own safety, please do so. I would rather you keep yourself safe than be here. Okay? Go for it, Doodle. We've given a warning. I think that one's really good. I need to get like a sharper edge on this, I think. And that will help. And I need to lighten that one up a little bit in the middle. Help if I had gotten a piece of paper towel before I started getting that wet. That's what he said? I think I actually will do better using this brush for that. It's a little stiffer. That's better. And Let's do a little bit of a sharper line. Do you think we're nearing done on this painting? I'll probably do a sharper line around some of these and then go back over with the rose to make them a little bit rounder now that we've done the stuff around it. And add a little bit of white ink, and then this will be done, and then I'll probably finish streaming. And I will warn everybody because I do bad with transitions, so... Oh, I told you that the cat litter shipped, right? Okay. Oh, that's right. I sent you the link. My brain isn't really working this week. I say this week as if it's ever worked, but you know what I mean. He does like being tall. Oh my gosh, that's wild, Doodle. I'm glad the universe told you not to do that. Yeah, actually, I just connected some dots in my own head. Yeah, honestly, the universe was really like, no, you're not doing that, actually. Stop that. Because, actually, on the 18th was the anniversary of when I ended up in the hospital for my own suicide attempt. Which I did willingly go to the hospital, but that might be part of why my brain has been extra crazy. I don't always think about it anymore, though. Like, I have the date in my calendar. This is like a reminder of don't do that again, dumbass. But that's probably part of why I'm a little delicate this week. I actually probably should have told my therapist that, but I didn't think about it until just now. You either, Grim. Also, I was talking niceys about you earlier. And thank you, Oren. Yeah, no, we're all stuck here now. But we'll make it nice. It won't be a bad stuck here. Yep, no prison, no dying. I talk niceys about you a lot. Even my therapist said she thinks that you're a good influence. Thank you, Oren. I actually should have gifted Sleepy a sub because that's one of the perks of being a mod here. actually, is that I pay for your sub. Sleepy just hasn't been here a huge amount, so I didn't see it. Yeah, thanks, Oren. Which I am going to start actually claiming that on my taxes this year. I haven't before because I didn't want to like keep track of it, but I should actually start doing that. So, sorry, that's my nose being really stuffed up. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Like a lot of times. I also actually get really depressed around the time when we moved up to Alaska. Because like, so I was 17 and we had just left my entire life behind, basically. So like I hadn't even technically graduated high school, even though they gave me my diploma early. No, I didn't earn it yet, but that's a whole discussion. So like we had lived in the same town and gone to the same school district for like the entire time I was in school, and immediately left after graduation, and it was not good. Yeah, I was saying, Doodle, that actually I was way more sensitive before we were working on that at all. So I think it might be like that combined with PMDD week maybe, and then also doing that, which has made me even lighter on the cry trigger today, I think. I did also get cranky with Cap yesterday a little bit, but I behaved well, even though I was cranky. I talked about my feelings in an approachable way, and I actually said that something was wrong instead of just going me about it. So that's progress. Okay. Mixing a little bit of the Prussian blue and purple slime. Thank you, Oren. You're very sweet. And my neck hurts too. My like pain has been really bad, which will 100% be connected to starting the trauma therapy. But it's fucking annoying, okay? Like, can my body not keep score for half a fucking second? Jesus. I appreciate it, Oren. You are honestly so supportive, and I really appreciate it. I know everybody else does too, but you are legitimately so sweet. I'm glad that we get to be friends. Yeah, I know, Doodle, but I can be pissed off about it. Thank you, Oren. We love lesbian, too. And thank you for gifting until you hit the goal. I appreciate that. That's the amount of subs I need monthly to get a monthly payout, is why I said it there. Which you guys have actually been doing really good on. So I have actually gotten a monthly payout. Yep, I saw what she was doing. I know you. Because that's something I would do too. I can't laugh and paint a line this small. I need to stop giggling. This isn't like super noticeable on cam, I think. There's just like a little bit of a darker line on like the edge away from the light. Love you too. Yeah, I'm very blessed with both a wonderful stream community and a bunch of awesome friends, and there's some overlap there. But it's definitely, I have definitely improved and grown a lot over the past few years. And growth sucks sometimes, honestly, because you lose a bunch of relationships that you thought were important as you start to be truer to yourself in a real way. Which I've been dealing with that, and if you know, you know. Which I do think that I'm actually going to like start talking about that instead of protecting the people who did that to me, because like they can't even bother to be polite to me. Why should I give them that at this point? So, but yeah, I'm not going to make that decision right now because I did have trauma therapy yesterday, and that is a big decision to make. So I'll think on it and see what I do. But I did last week put in my calendar. Yeah. And honestly, it's not even a shame thing from my perspective. Like, I do not agree with that decision that was made, but it's not my life, and I'm not the one who has to, like, live with the fact that they did that. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, this is difficult for me to deal with, so here's why this major part of my life has been really weird and you guys haven't seen it. Is because it's dead now, you know? But in my calendar, I actually put the date where these two people won't have talked to me for a year. So they've been giving me the silent treatment for a year. And if they still haven't talked to me, I'm just going to block them on, like, all platforms. Because, like, if it's gotten to that point where you aren't going to talk to me for an entire year after you said you loved me and I was one of your best friends, then I don't need to deal with you. And, like, you don't get to be that rude to me and then continue to have access to me. Like, yeah, honestly. And I do ping between, like, being sad and being pissed off about it, and we are in the pissed off camp this week. If you couldn't tell. I actually think I need to pull some highlight up in the image here. Which I'll do that after I do the lines, but since that was, like, the first one I did, I kind of lost that highlight because I changed what I was doing partway through. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry, Oren. It's like, it's not a fun thing to deal with ever. And it is something that has happened to me a weird amount of times, honestly, where somebody has decided that I'm evil without, like, telling me what's going on. And so I don't know what's happening. And then all of a sudden they act like I should have known this the whole time. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know what's going on in your head if you don't fucking talk to me? Like, what? Interesting. Were they actually trying to mend it for you, or did they just suddenly feel so guilty that they couldn't deal with it anymore? Because I've definitely had the second one happen before. Yeah. Which, like, no, you don't get closure if you weren't going to give me closure. Eat shit. The audacity of these bitches. Yeah, which is so fair. Because, like, honestly, if somebody is willing to hurt you that much when they said that they cared about you, nothing is stopping them from deciding to be that way again. Because they already straight up lied to you about how they felt about you for a long time. And they let it get to a point where their only solution was to entirely cut you off. So you just straight up cannot trust them to be honest with you and maintain a relationship again. Yeah, for sure. Put a line where I didn't want it. Oh no. I can fix it, it's not a big deal. It's being dramatic. Yep, I feel the same way about the thing that happened with me. So there you go. Where it's like I am a very kind and caring person, and I will put a lot of work into people who I care about. But if I feel like I'm not getting that same energy back, and if I feel like you're taking advantage of the kindness that I'm willing to give people, I will pull back and see how you react to see if you actually like me and want to hang out with me, or if you only appreciate me giving you free help. Yep. 100% get you, Warren. Yep. Because that's definitely how I feel my situation went too. Or is like I wasn't capable of putting in the same amount of effort anymore without harming myself. And because I decided to not continue to harm myself, that was taken as some sort of horrible attack on them. And it's like, I'm just taking care of myself. If you take that personally to the point that you hate me, then that's a you problem, bud. Because, like, if somebody actually cares about you, they would be happy about you taking care of yourself. Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry you had to deal with that too. It's all shitty. People can be so awful. But it does teach you a lesson that helps you keep from ending up there again, mostly. Sometimes. At least lets you recognize the signs better. Like, should anybody ever have to deal with that? No, I don't think so. But we don't live in a universe where I make all the rules, so... If we did live in a universe where I made all the rules, one-ply toilet paper would not exist. So, if you see that change happen, just know I've taken over. Same, Oren. Same. Yeah, I would be really skeptical too, honestly. It's like, my question would be, why did you reach out now? Like, what changed with you that made you decide that now was the time to reach out when you haven't been doing that for so long? And I would legitimately ask, honestly. So I need to do edge on dark blue, edge on gold, and yellow. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of orange to the yellow, I think. Yeah, because, like, I don't know. I feel like the way they answer that will give you a lot of information. My bet is that they haven't actually thought about it. Because the kind of person who cuts you off like that isn't actually emotionally intelligent enough to know what is going on with themselves. So it will give them something to think about if they're willing to think about it. And can give you a lot of info about where they're coming from. It's like, there are situations where you might, like, run into something that made you legitimately miss someone, you know? But it might also just be, yeah. Yeah, so, no. So they don't actually want to own what the situation was. They just want to fix the thing that's making them uncomfortable. So, fuck that. Honestly. Like, obviously it's your decision, but also, side-eyeing you. Dark blue was the other one I needed to do. Oh, and green. Those. Yeah. And I think it's reasonable to, like, investigate the situation in any case. Because it can help you personally get a little bit of closure.
When all the wanting wants is what you think you want, but really haven't got.
It's like it can definitely, in those kind of situations, if you investigate it a little bit, it can definitely like show you that, oh, right, okay, this was actually not me at all. This was somebody else picking something for some reason and then not dealing with it, you know?
Don't believe I understand the
Yeah, so true, Doodle.
Could you paraphrase and understate?
Because, like, honestly, I think one of the most useful phrases that I have started using is, I appreciate the apology. Because I think a lot of us are trained to say it's okay in response to a sorry, which is not true. It's not okay. If somebody needs to apologize, the way they treated you was not correct, right? So if they apologize, you can say, I appreciate the apology. As you can appreciate the apology while still not fully accepting it, for one, or two, realizing that the situation that has led to the apology is something you don't want to be a part of anymore. But I do also, like, even in situations where, like, it is a legitimate apology that lets you continue on in a relationship, you do appreciate the apology, but it's not okay how you were treated, you know? Ew, no. I don't like that. Because, like, to me, that straight up reads as something went wrong, but I'm not willing to look into it at all. But I want to be absolved of the guilt that I'm holding. So that says to me that there is nothing keeping that situation from happening again. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's so fair, actually. Okay, green and then white ink. This looks pretty cute, I think. It's pretty simple, but that's why I decided to do it, actually. Because I will feel a lot less stressed once I get both of the, both of the color and focus pieces done that I promise my patrons every month to give them 2 pieces with the color. And I know for a fact that, like, all of my patrons would be fine. Oh, no need to apologize. We're having a conversation. You're not rambling. We're commiserating. And believe it or not, I enjoy talking to my friends. Hi, Freezy! Yes, Oren was here. Happy birthday, Herpel. Enjoy your gift sub. Oh, yeah, for sure. Get your rest. Hope you have some kinder days. Because I know it was rough on you the past couple, too. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself in the midst of all that. I guess a lot of you who haven't been here for super long don't know what the pit emote is about. Actually, I don't know that I've explained it in a really long time. So when my depression is really bad or just my brain's being an evil cunt, I call it being in the pit for shorthand. So I made that emote as like a I'm having a hard time, but I'll survive kind of an emote. So if you're in the pit, you can be like, I'm okay though. Yep. And yeah, I get that, Shawnee, for sure. There are a couple people where, like, I do owe them an apology, but I also feel like at the distance that has been, me apologizing would be less about them and making them feel better and be more about me. So I don't do it because, like, bringing something up from that long ago is probably more harmful to them than actually apologizing. Like, then apologizing would be healing for them. That's what I'm trying to say. So like, I actually put in the work and see if I would be apologizing for someone else or for myself. And if it is for myself, then I don't do it. Yeah, for sure, Shawnee. Because like there are definitely some people that I would appreciate an apology for, but I would also at this point, or apology from, but also at this point, I would be like, why are you talking to me now, though? Yeah, hugs to everybody. We've been doing some intense chats today. Yeah, that's a good way to deal with it, Shawnee, for sure. I often do art about it and don't tell anybody what it's about, too. Honestly. We're working hard, man. So actually, you guys want to see a piece that was that for me? Actually, I have one here, I think. Oh, no, I don't, actually. That one's sold. One of the Year in Lyric pieces. But it was a Coheed song, and Aiden bought all the Coheed ones. Let me actually, since I have a laptop that won't explode, I can actually probably pull up the image from my website and show you guys. There was a little pause there. This should take you directly to the lightbox of the image, but I'm not sure. Good. I've had to hard reset it a couple times because it was throwing a hissy fit, but in normal ways, not as bad as my other laptop did. But I've been using it. I was able to stream Spirit City. I was able to do like a long stream through Discord running Spirit City 2. So it's doing really well, and I think that I can actually properly play games now. Yeah, so that honestly, that piece is basically what we've been talking about. Where it's like, yeah, you need an apology, but you aren't going to hear it from me because it's more about me than it's about you, you know? Yeah, I really appreciate it. I don't know who all contributed, but I do really appreciate it. Oh, I also wanted to scrub up some of the yellow. I remember. What's this? Because... Oh, the orange. I didn't mean yellow, I meant orange. I know words. Some days. Do you think I need a little bit lighter there? And we hadn't figured out what we were doing quite yet, so... Yeah. I know, because, like... One of the things about my friend group is I also have a lot of friends who are chronically ill, so don't have a lot of extra cash lying around. So, like, even if they were not capable of contributing monetarily, I know that they did, like, in spirit. So, yeah, but I don't even know, like, who all knew or anything, because Doodle did it in Squeakrits. Yeah. Very nice. I do have a lot of very nice people in my life. It's nice. Yeah, Doodle really got me with that one. Doodle was like, I got you a gift, and I'm like, okay. And they were like, it's gonna arrive in 2 separate pieces, and I was like, okay. And they were like, but you need to hold on to them because we want to see you open it. And I was like, all right. Because, like, one, I'm not used to getting gifts like that from people, like, at all. Doodle is very much like me on the gift-giving front, and I have not had somebody who did that same kind of gift-giving level in my life before now. And so I opened it, and I was like, I had a rough time with it because of something else that I explained to them. But it was just like, what the fuck, honestly? Like, I don't have a stored reaction to this. Because something like this has never happened to me before. Yeah, honestly, same. It's like the neurodivergent kind of thing where it's like, am I performing thank correctly? Because, like, I don't know about anybody else, but did you, like, before Christmas, practice in the mirror to see if you were getting your thankfulness expression correct? I again say, why did nobody diagnose this bitch? Yeah, definitely overall. I did have some stuff to work through on my own end, which I also expressed correctly. Like, instead of just holding it in my soul and being pissy, I actually talked about it and explained it. Everybody was very nice about it. There's another hair. Colin is in every piece of art I make. I would love it if it wasn't hair. That's also so fair. I also had like other stuff going on where I needed to practice masking or I would be nitpicked at about it. Because you know what's really fun? When as a 6-year-old you're responsible for the entire emotional regulation of your household. And if you don't do it right, you get bullied about it. Super fun. Which is part of what I'm working on through therapy. Oh my god. Yeah, I actually was thinking, because there was a specific memory I was working through with my therapist yesterday, and I have a photo that was of baby Katie, who was taken around the same time that this memory happened. And every time I look at that photo, honestly, I get kind of pissed off. Because it's like, that's what you put this tiny child through. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, I'm not going to nitpick your use of that word. You're allowed to use it when you feel it's appropriate. Because that's another thing that really irks me. But I have a photo of me holding the stuffed animal that I've had since I was 3. That was taken in my kindergarten class. So I think I'll probably send that to her. I was going to send her an email today anyway, just to tell her how I'm doing. Because she was like, if anything is wrong, even a little bit, please message me. So instead of just like not messaging her because nothing's wrong, I'm going to send her something that actually says, yeah, I'm good. Here's some other stuff that I did. Honestly, Shawnee, like, I think I have the photo on my phone. I can probably show you guys in just a second. Let me trace this line and then I will show you. And I won't tell you guys the traumatic event that I was working through just because, like, it's even heavier than some of the stuff we've been talking about, so. I don't want to, like, add discomfort to people because it is a very triggering topic for a lot of people. Yeah, I do think cleaning up the lines around that is helping. Good idea, Katie. Yeah, I know you guys won't push me to say it or anything. I'm just explaining. I'm sure you're cute, Shawnee. I did. Sorry, I saw an email notification. I was like, okay, why though? I do have a specific album where I put a bunch of I could show you guys. I was a really cute kid, just in case anybody was wondering. Some of these albums I can delete now. Okay, this one is not the photo I was talking about, but look at how cute I am. This is me when I was like 2 at Easter. I'm adorable. Somewhere. Yeah, this one. This is me in kindergarten. Oh, I would love that, Shawnee. Yeah, I can actually, I think maybe upping the brightness of my phone will help a little bit. I always have it down pretty low because my eyes are neurodivergent and light hurts me. Welcome back with Soup. We love Soup. But yeah, this is kindergarten Katie Bean. And that's Star Baby, who looks much more worn now. Because this was, oh Lord. This was taken over 30 years ago, everybody. I'm just gonna age to dust directly on stream. Live on cam. Oh my god. Oh, also, I guess I should also say, the outfit that I'm wearing, my grandma sewed that for me. It was sweatsuit material, which was very popular in the 90s. And chicken noodle, classic not feeling good soup for sure. Was I using this paintbrush? I think so. It's got a little bit of a stiffer bristle. I will finish this and then we will go raid Rainbow. Because I need to protect my streak. And not because I want to spend time with my friend. Me when I lie. I'm not a big fan of the streak mechanic, honestly. Because I don't like the idea that people feel pressured to come to stream. And I know that they've added like the watching clips and stuff to preserve your streak, but I don't like the FOMO thing. It feels icky to me. But I do understand the appeal of number go uppy, so. Even aside from the like goodness. Yeah. Interesting, Freezered. Yeah, I have a few grays, but not like a lot. My hair is pretty dark, but I have always had like very light, like platinum level highlights naturally in my hair. So they kind of just like blend into that, so it's not super obvious. Except when they change texture, which annoys the shit out of me. Because, like, some of them come in and they're all, like, squiggly and wonky, and they feel like horsehair, and I'm like, okay, why, though? Oh, that makes sense, Freezered. Mm-hmm. I don't have a beard to test it out with. I do wish I could grow a mustache, and I have since I was like 15. Which is another sign, because like I wasn't sure that I was gender weird for a very long time, and then I thought back on it. And I was like, actually, yeah, I'll trade you, Shawnee. At one point, my mom took some hair clippings from me with the promise of making me a stage mustache, and she never did it. Which was partially the alcoholism and partially the undiagnosed ADHD. I mentioned this to my dad when he was visiting. I still have the pieces of a fleece robe that my mom promised to make me downstairs. She promised to make it for me when I was 12. I'm no longer 12. I think you guys can figure that out. That's just how my family has always worked. One of the regular things for like our makers, because I don't want to call them crafters, because I think that kind of undercuts the amount of work they put into it. But a regular thing was to get a box full of pieces of something or the materials for something. In the box, and they'd say, I'll finish this later, which sometimes happened and sometimes didn't. I'll take Cap's facial hair too. I would take it in a different way though. I did like sim on his beard a wild amount while I was visiting. Like 98% of the time I was rubbing my hand on his beard. It just makes such a good noise. Like rubbing your knuckles on facial hair like this, it makes such a nice sound. I like it. Yeah. Although if he gets, because he was talking about, he said this in at least Linda's chat, maybe elsewhere, but he has some dental work that he will probably need to get done that includes jaw surgery, which means that he will actually have to shave his beard. He's had a beard since he was like in high school. So his naked face has not seen the sun for that long. And he's kind of nervous about it. He said like that was the part he was most nervous about, which is so fair. Yeah, I can understand that for sure, Shawnee. I'm sorry you have to go through that. It sucks that we don't just have, like, a character menu screen. Because that's what we should have, honestly. Because, like, sometimes, like, as much as I'm a fan of them in general, sometimes my tits get in the way of the outfit, you know? Like, I should be allowed to just pop them off like a Lego piece and store them somewhere. And then put them back on when I'm done. Modular body win. Yeah, that would be so nice. It would also make it so much easier to find clothes that fit. Yeah, that's really fair, Freezer. I like how I brought out 2 projects to work on today, and I definitely just fixated. Yeah, it should chill out, but I can still understand that frustration for sure. Because I definitely had like a meltdown this week about my body not like doing things that I didn't want it to do. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you guys that actually. So the reason why I canceled stream on Wednesday is because I basically had what I believe was a POTS attack Tuesday night. So my resting heart rate was 107 for like 2 hours Tuesday night. And my, like, anytime I stood up or moved, it would jump to like 130 or 140. I knew what was happening, so I knew how to deal with it thanks to Joy, who does have POTS and is vocal about her own medical issues, which is also how I figured out I'm hypermobile and have ADHD. Welcome to the US healthcare system where you diagnose yourself via blogger. Otherwise, it's too expensive. Yeah, no, I appreciated like all of you messaged me afterwards to just kind of be like, hey, hope you're okay. But I knew that you guys were like okay if I didn't respond. You were just expressing care, so I appreciate that. But I did take 2 shots of soy sauce that night, and then I took another one when I woke up, and I'm I was okay. I was just really tired and I wanted to get some more sleep. So I did actually sleep for like 10 and a half hours Tuesday night. And yeah, I think it is POTS. Because that is often comorbid with a bunch of other stuff that I have. And I have always, since I was little, like eaten way more salt than the rest of my family. Otherwise, I don't feel well. Yeah, the beta blockers can help a lot, but that's like the only attack I've had since I stopped drinking. So, and like it was not fun, but I at least knew what was happening. I mentioned that to my therapist when she asked how my week was. And she was like, was that scary? And I was like, not really, because I knew what was happening. It was just more annoying, honestly. Because like at a certain level of like, yeah, pots and pans, which is a great joke. I was very glad that you said that, Shani. I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, scary. No, it was just more annoying. Because like I'm used to my body not working right in a variety of ways, and it's not necessarily scary. It's just like, can you like, it's again very much the Babadook meme where it's like, can you be normal? Ooh, yeah, for sure, Oren. I have, because I have the Apple Watch, it will, like, it doesn't actually alert you for a heart attack, but I can use the, like, tracker in that to check, yeah, the little EKG thing to track it, because you can, like, actually see your heartbeat, so I can tell if there's really a wobble or not. And there was no wobbling, it was just a very, very high heart rate for a bit. Yep. Which is so fun. But thanks to Joy, I actually also didn't freak out when I subluxated my thumb and lost all nerve contact to it for about a minute and a half. Because I was like, oh, okay, actually, I know what this is. So, like, my body doesn't work, man. Yeah, I don't have the genetic testing, so I just call it hypermobility. But yeah, probably. But yeah, Joy has helped my life a lot in a variety of ways. Including getting me back into reading via her book, actually. But like, to keep me from freaking out about it. She's actually the one, because I'm in her Discord. Because I'm a Patreon supporter for her. And we were talking about, like, not wingspans, but like finger spans, basically. And I was like, yeah, I was always told that I should be good at piano because of how far apart I can move my hands. And I don't think I have a big enough ruler here, but I took a photo of my hand with, like, stretched out on a ruler to show, like, the width. And so there was this picture of me just going like this. And she was like, Katie, Katie, your thumb is hyperextended, girly. I was like, what? This is just how I move. And she was like, yeah, that's hypermobility, babe. It's like, oh. Yeah, I really do have the opossum fingies. So, like, that is also how I found out I was fully hypermobile. And then a bunch of other pieces started falling in place. I just, like, that's my normal, right? So I don't understand always that it is somebody else's not normal. You know what I mean? Because, like, this is just the body I've always lived in. Like, my hips have always caused me problems and have always kind of, like, popped out while I was walking. And I was regularly told that I was just being dramatic about it to stop making a problem. Nope, I wasn't, actually. I have permanent soft tissue damage to my hips, actually. Fucking, it's just growing pains. I don't think that's growing pains, bud. But, yeah, so. Now I have all sorts of fun problems, but I do have the names for most of the problems, which is nice. But I do owe Joy a lot. She was also, like, that Discord in general was very helpful when I was dealing with my work on dying. So, hey, love. I was talking about your beard a little bit ago. And how much I stemmed on it when I was visiting. Yeah. But, like, mostly stream appropriate about your face. Mostly. Yeah, we've been talking about how horrid our lives and bodies are mostly today, actually. Mostly. Yep. Yeah. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I have problems with my wrist. So I did enter this on my own when I was in high school, but at one point when I was little, like 2, I don't remember this, but my mom, I was throwing a hissy fit in the middle of the road, according to my mom, while we were trying to cross the street and there was a car coming. So she just fully picked me up by my hand and walked me to the edge of the road. I'm pretty sure that because I have hypermobility, that actually contributed to why I injured it so bad when I was in high school. So, yep. Yeah. We all have really great families and we're all perfectly mentally well, and our bodies never do anything that we don't want them to do. Teehee. Yeah, that's called subluxation, Freezer. So it's a partial dislocation is what is happening to you. Oh God, Shawnee, yeah. Like, everybody feels like that sometimes. It's like, no, actually they don't. Because I think that's also why I didn't realize that I had I always forget the right word for it. But uterine tissue fuck up, basically. Is because my period cramps were bad enough that I would vomit, and there was a time when I passed out on a table, hit my head, kind of a thing. But that was normal for my mom too. And same with the ADHD stuff, where it's like, oh no, everybody suffers with that. And I'm like, no, not everybody suffers with that. Actually, that was a symptom. But my mom actually had to have a hysterectomy in her 50s because she had benign growth, which was probably caused by the same diagnosis that I got after my hysterectomy. So, a few pieces fell into place there. It's like, should I have had to figure that out through a $60,000 surgery? No. But here we are anyway. Ugh. Yeah, not good. Yeah, it is wild how often people just completely disregard your reality because they've decided they don't want to deal with it. Like, their own reality. You know what I mean? So, like, something has happened to somebody and they're trying to be like, hey, this was rough for me. And somebody else is like, well, we don't all get to freak out when we deal with that. And it's like, what they're actually saying is, yes, that happened to me, but I don't want to fucking deal with it, so shut up. Which is not fair. Yeah, that's fair, Oren. Yeah. I did actually talk about Cap's dad rage during therapy yesterday. Okay. Let me clean up this green one a little bit more. Right around here. Oh no, I'm sorry, sweetheart. It also means that I don't get my naughty night sacks weekend. I have a routine whenever Cap goes to visit his daughter. So like, aside from being sad, you don't get to see me. I also don't get to have my little... And we all know how I feel about my routines. Yeah, there are so many crazy stories happening this week. I hope everybody makes it through okay, because holy shit. I need to do that yellow again. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetie. But like, honestly, one of the things that has actually been very helpful to me healing is seeing how Cap cares about his daughter. Because like, oh right, that's how people are supposed to treat their family. And also it means that like, I don't know, he's just that caring with like everybody in his life, which includes me, luckily. So I do get a dose with the same kind of affection, which is nice. It does sometimes piss me off, not at Cap, but just like at how people treated me, which is normal, but that is one of the many complications of having lived a life. Yeah, I feel that, Freezer. Oh, actually, Shawnee, can I get you a game? Please? It's cheap. Because it's a multiplayer one that looked really cute to me. I thought we might play it. It's about herding sheep. And you're all sheepdogs herding the sheeps. Yeah, Cap is not allowed to meet my dad. That was a little bit of a Freudian slip because I think that he would beat him to death. Like, I wouldn't force anybody to meet my dad anyway, but... Well, if you're not gonna be gone this weekend, I'm reconsidering my plan. You guys don't need to deal with what's going on in my head right now. This one is still, let's see. Yeah. I mean, depends on your version of well, but it would go against the rules we discussed earlier in stream, which is no prison and no dying. Okay. This else I think needs a little bit more, maybe right here. Okay, I think we're at the point where we get to do the white ink, which is the final step. I'm also realizing I have not taken a single stream because I got in the flow, which is fine. It doesn't matter because I do have a few photos of it from before you guys saw me working on it. So I could also, like, if I really cared that much, I could go back and take screenshots from the stream if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that, so I won't. Ooh, we also got to look at stamps earlier because USPS sent me a catalog. Which white ink do I want to use is the next question. This guy, oh, I could actually see how much ink is in there if I pull it up to the light. Ooh, it's thickums. Okay. My nose tickles so bad today. It's driving me freaking nuts. Me. Do that. We'll moisten it up. Ooh, I will take a sippy. Thank you. Thank you, Purple. Yeah! I took a reference photo of myself.
That I sent to Cap before we were dating, actually. Because I commissioned him for this.
Show me your hands.
Ooh, second treat of the stream. Hello?
Sweet. Okay, I've taken a sippy. I've done a body stretchy. I'm doing a ham stretchy. Which, for me, the stretches are like, they don't look normal. This is not how your body is supposed to move. It is, however, how mine moves. So, like, in order to get a stretch where I need it, I do need to... That's true, Shawnee. Do need to move myself around a bit. That's so fair. There's a cooldown on it, so... What do I want this time? Maybe we'll do Sour Patch Kids, because we will also get to organize the colors, because that's how you have to eat candy that has multiple colors in it. You have to organize it. Oh, this is a good package, actually. It's mostly colors that I like. You have to arrange them from worst flavor to best flavor. And you have to start eating at the worst flavor so that you end with the best flavor. I'm also trying to get this ink thingy to work great. But this one, like, the ink in it is very nice, but I don't think it works the way that it's supposed to. I think maybe I need to clean the nib. Welcome home, Tens. Yeah, there's also a green one that's lime. That's my least favorite, and we didn't have that in the pack at all. So this was really a big win. We're gonna get this wet and see if that helps. Because getting wet actually helps with, like, a lot of things, if you guys didn't know. Because you can definitely see the ink, like... Okay, I do think that helped a bit. Now we just need to wait for the ink to actually move its way down. I also considered doing more of a bubble background on the bubble gum. I might add that in. Just do, like, some bubbly circles in like a similar color in the background, maybe. I really need to bring some black paper out here to test this with. I do have some black watercolor paper back that I don't like painting with. Oh my god, that one had so much sour on it. Nom 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 nom. Do I have a piece of black paper in here? I do. Perfect. So this is black watercolor paper. It's the same brand as the other one that I use, but I really don't like painting on it. It just makes all the colors look dead. I would much rather... Oh, you could also just drip. I think what's happened is that there's like a clog inside the pen. I think actually leaving this in the water for a little bit might help. No, I would much rather paint on white paper and then make the background dark, like we did for the fruit moons. Okay, that's way better. Okay. I figured it out. We did it. I think. We'll find out once we start doing this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not a big... I'm going back to flavors now. Sorry, I'm dolphining a lot with my thoughts. So I'm telling you where we're going next. I don't like a lot of fake citrus flavors. Lemon is the most acceptable. The least acceptable to me is orange. I do think I'll need to do a couple layers of this one to get it as thick as I want it. Which is fine. We can do that. It does mean I can do like very light rebound highlight too, because that will be quite as intense. Also just do it like this. Oh god, yeah, I'm sorry, Tens. I know it's pretty dang crazy out there. Okay. Oh, thank you, Oren. Welcome to the sub club. Oh, I'm sorry, Tens. That sucks. Oh, there's one more candy. I forgot. I got focused. Nom. Yeah, good luck. It always sucks when there's like such an intense storm that people like freak out and make everything worse for getting stuff. Like, so when I grew up in Portland, Oregon, that was back when it didn't snow there, like ever. So anytime it snowed, like at all, it was one of those situations where like every single thing of bread and milk in the store was gone. Oh, True Tens. Yeah.
Tutor.
All right, good luck or something. Well, better than nothing, I guess, but yeah, you definitely need a little bit more than that. Oh, there's a big old blob of white ink there. Cool. Love that for us. Thanks so much, Pen. That was super helpful of you. I think this is the one that's also waterproof. So we may have a bit of a problem here. That's super noticeable. Luckily it dropped on one of the colors that isn't like crazy dark. Otherwise that would be harder to hide. I think that'll dry. It'll be okay. Yeah, it really is. Hi, lesbian. Not gonna come up. Okay. Oh, now there's cat hair all over everything. Love that for us. We'll definitely need to go through and like clean the pieces of this pen. Lesbian is also a serial gift subber. Oh, I didn't add a little one down here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I'm glad I noticed that before it dried all the way. I may actually, on the bottom, do like with one of the other pens that's not waterproof. I might do like a trace outline actually on the bottom for the, I always want to call it rim lighting. That's not what it is, the like reflective lighting. in addition to our little highlights. Oh, gross. Yeah, you really, like, if you are delivering pizza, you really need one of those hot bags. And if you're DoorDash, you aren't gonna pay for that, you know? But it's very similar to how Uber and Lyft pushed taxis out, where you undercut specifically so that people use that, and then you make the service worse and more expensive. Because it definitely is not any better for drivers than what actual delivery was. Sourced, I worked at a pizza place for a significant amount of time. I'm gonna wipe this before I put it away and see if that helps next time. Although the water did really work. So. Oh god, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, like get some of the gunk out of here with a brush. That'll help it. See if that's better for next time or not. Now I need one of these guys. I want one that's that thick. It's thick. You working? We're getting down in your ink, buddy. Thank you, airplane. You're very loud. Actually, I don't know that I like that. I think maybe we'll just leave it. I will do a height. Sorry, I set my water bottle over there. I try to make it visible because my mods are clearing my rewards queue for me. So I try to make sure you can actually see it. I think I want to brighten up the highlight on here. I can use this bit. Yep, as they do. Because part of the point of undercutting other services that have better protections is that they do fuck you over completely. Yeah, I do try to make it easier. Because you are helping me. Like, I don't need to make that harder than it already is. Can I finish a sentence? Maybe, maybe not. I think this is done. I might add a little bit of pattern to the background, or I might not. I haven't fully decided yet. But if I do, it's probably going to be... Capitalism does sucks. It's probably going to be like bubbles and then like a splat shape, like when a bubble gets popped. Thanks for streaking in my chat, Amma. Wow. Capitalism does sucks. So true. I'm so glad I captured that when Matto said it, because it's so perfect. I stim that all the time now. Capitalism sucks. Okay. Need to take a photo of this. That's our next step. Should take one flat, and then I will take one standing up. Oh wait, I missed one. Missed one, you guys.
Capitalism sucks.
Yeah, how have you been, lesbian? Haven't seen you much. Because I'm not in places as often. Yeah, see, this is already like G again. I don't know. I really like the ink in this one, but I don't know that it's really good for the kind of nib that's on. Yeah, honestly, I think you should be allowed to do that. Okay, am I missing any other ones? Now I'm nervous. Guess I could put a tiny highlight on this one, but I don't think I need to on that side. Okay, no, I think that's it. Okay. For reals now. So I'm gonna take a photo of this and then take a better photo of this from a different angle. And then we're gonna go raid rainbow. Is that okay? Sometimes if I take it from this direction with the light on in the back, I think that's okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the ending screen because that's what we're doing right now. Oh, that's so fair, lesbian, and you're perfectly welcome to lurk on it. Yeah, sometimes you work really hard and people don't appreciate you, so you just fuck things up a little bit before you leave. I might have also done that at a job. Yeah, it was good to see y'all, and we had some like intense talks today, so everybody go get yourself some self-care. Honestly, go get yourself a little treat. Oh, you know, something nice for your body, you know? Because we did definitely talk about some intense shit today. Like I said, next week is going to be the last week of streams for a bit. I'm taking all of February off. Oh my god, that's a first, lesbian. Oh, you're our bestest friends too, Tins. And I did mention that when I come back in March, Tins and I will be playing Valhalla on my stream and, you know, chit-chatting and stuff. We haven't gotten the date set or anything, but that's coming. So hold on to your butts. Or your neighbor's butt, but ask first. So I will do streams next week. I do have a modeling session on Wednesday, but I am still going to stream. I'm going to do another of the co-working streams with Spirit City instead of like an art stream, because that one will be easier for me to deal with when I have something else going on today. So I will see you all on Monday, and then on Wednesday, and then on Friday, and then you will only see me in chat and other people's streams for a month. Oh, nice, Freezer. We could actually do some stuff together too. That would be cool. I would like to do more collabs in general. And I'm happy that you will be over with that, because you deserve to like have some time when you aren't worrying about it, you know? Okay, let me actually like pull up Rainbow's stream and finish the whole thing and stuff, you know. It's so interesting to me that on this laptop, Twitch 100% thinks I'm unstable all the time. And not on the other laptop. Like, what are you even talking about? Okay. Yeah, I'm very glad that it will be over for you, because you've gone through enough shit. You need a break. Like a real break, not a forced break, you know what I mean? Okay. Both of my beautiful mods have put the raid commands in chat. The one with the emoji has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The one with the messy hands is my emote that I made with my messy hand. And that one will work if you're sub to this channel. If you're not sub to this channel, you might just chat and Orin will snipe you, because that's what Orin loves to do. Please copy and paste the ones that are relevant to you if you're joining us on our journey. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved, because I love you. If you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me, because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other. Then we can meet up back here and, do group therapy or disc capitalism or whatever else is going to float our boat that day. All right. I will see you all on Monday. Bye.